Today, live from Gibraltar, Mr. Carl Greaves. He's managed to jib his way out to Gibraltar. He's living on Eddie's yacht for the weekend. Eddie's in the penthouse suite. And Carl, you're in the captain's suite, are you?
Yeah, loving it. I'm just really glad to be here. Got a lot of history in Gibraltar, and really glad to be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, tell us your history. I know you've mentioned it on Twitter, but tell us your history there.
Yeah, in 1999, a friend of mine, Steve Noble, he moved out here in 96. He used to sponsor me when I was amateur and when I first turned professional. And he got really good friends with the local amateur club, and Ernest Victory, MBE, who's run boxing out in Gibraltar for 50 odd years, invited me out to the amateur show at the Victoria Stadium when Gibraltar was boxing London Select. So I was in 99. I come out here, was guest at the show, spent a bit of time that week here, did some training with Ernest, really enjoyed his training. We gelled well together, had a good bond, and I thought, you know what, I'd love to come out here and start setting up training camps. So from 99 to 2004, I was out here, spent time with Ernest and his family, and obviously Steve Noble and his family. He was kind enough to put me up. I did a bit of work out here with Steve. I was out here like 2 or 3 months at a time sometimes. And then in 2004, Andre DeBar, local businessman who sadly passed away now, who owned the Tunnel restaurant in Casement Square. I was good friends with him and his son Andre DeBar Jr. He boxed amateur. We used to do some sparring together. He actually boxed Povetkin, his son, in the under-17 European Championship. So it's a bit ironic, that is. Yeah, they wanted to put a pro-am show on, 4 amateur fights and 2 professional. They got a lot of backing, put the show on. I topped the bill, boxed Rakim Mingalayev over 6 rounds, won a shutout, 60-54. Didn't box great, found it more of an holiday, to be honest. But yeah, and had a little break from here. Started coming back in 2010, and the place had been transformed. The marina was all reclaimed land on obviously they built on top of the sea. And then in 2013, they got the Sunborn yacht here, which we're on now. And then I was with my partner, Kimmy, and I thought to myself, if I get married to Kimmy, then it's going to be on that yacht. So in 2018, I got married on what we're on now. So it's been fantastic. A lot of people are recognising me, and from years ago, got a lot of friends here. It's just a shame I've not been able to go out and see him because we're in a bubble. So yeah, I mean, it's great to be part of it. Obviously, I'm looking after Kane Baker this week. He's fine. He's not my fighter. He's Errol Johnson and Paul Mann's fighter, but they're tied up on the BT Sports show with Lennox Clark, Danny Ball, and Zach Parker in big fights. So yeah, so what better man to look after him than me?
Yeah,
Gibraltar,
the King of Gibraltar. So what's it like on the boat there? I mean, we see these hotel bubbles and stuff. What's it like on the boat? Because all I'm seeing is Campbell Hatton, Ricky Hatton dressed in a shirt. It looks like it's a party on the boat. I'm hearing music. I'm seeing, men over 40 wearing white trainers, which looks a bit suspect, I've got to say, on pictures. What's it like on there? Give us a bit of insight.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we're in a bubble, you know what I mean? It's not the party like you think. I mean, they're very strict with security. We've got to wear a mask when we're walking about. We've all been tested. We're all negative. Everybody on this yacht. It's basically closed off for the boxing only. Match room have got it all blocked off. Nobody's allowed on the yacht unless you're part of the fight camp. Because obviously we can't break the bubble. We're not allowed off the yacht only to go to obviously the press conference we've had and the weigh-in. So yeah, very strict. We've got a few floors. Obviously, they've got the gym on the number 1. They've got a nice little gym set up. There's a gym on floor 7 as well, the hotel gym. And then you've got floor 7 is where all the restaurant is. We're having a food. That's where the sun lounges are, and they've set up a boxing ring. Unbelievable setup. And obviously, I've stopped on this yacht many a times. I've been backwards and forwards from Gibraltar for years and spent a lot of time on this yacht. I mean, I love it. Real nice place. I recommend anybody who wants a nice little break to go away to come stop on this Sunborn yacht and spend a bit of time in Gibraltar, because history here, and it's a great surroundings and fantastic place.
What's the atmosphere like between the fighters? You know, you got, Dillian Whyte, Povetkin, a load of other fighters in competitive fights like Cheeseman and Metcalf, Kamari and your man, you're looking after Kane Baker, the McKinson fight against Chris Congo. What's the mood like among the fighters? Do they just keep away from each other?
Well, it's difficult really because we're all seeing each other regularly because we're all eating in the same place. The only person that's not in the bubble in our bubble is Povetkin. Dillian Whyte's on here, but he's got Povetkin in another hotel. He's in the Elliott, which I've stayed at before as well. So his team's there. So they're not around. So other than that, everybody else is together. So the fighters are seeing each other. But yeah, listen, it's cool. There's no trouble. Everybody's cool, and we're all getting on. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the British Boxing Board of Control officials landed today. They've all come out here. The officials and the judges, the referees, the inspectors, and that. So yeah, because obviously we own Britain owns Gibraltar, so obviously they've got to use the British Boxing Board of Control officials because it's the British Boxing Board of Control show. So it's crazy, really. We're all the way out in Spain, yet it's a British Boxing Board of Control show. Same what it was when I boxed here. We all brought out British officials as well. So it's an expensive job. This would have been cheap, I tell you. This is a proper real deal bubble. This is unbelievable. This is holiday stuff.
Sorry.
It's like an holiday, mate. But obviously, you've got the serious business to do Saturday night.
So who do you knock about with? I mean, I know you're only taught boxing. You don't talk anything else in life. Kane Baker's the same. I can only imagine the chat between you two's boxing and nothing else. You must probably top 10 boxing lunatics in the country, you two. But who else do you hang around with?
Well, I've been around Ricky a lot and Matthew.
Of course,
and Campbell.
You know Ricky very well, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I had breakfast with him this morning, and Neary. I used to look up to Neary. What a fighter he was. It's nice being around him. He remembered me from a while back, and he congratulated me on my victory with David Avenison the other week. So we've gelled well. Obviously, Georgie, who's with him, Georgie Schofield, and listen, I get on with everybody, me. You know how I'm like. Get on with everybody and got time for everyone. And whoever's there to have a natter with, I'll have a natter with. I mean, I'm friends with all teams. You know what I mean? I'm neutral. I obviously get on better with some of us other people more than others. You know what I mean? But yeah, on the whole, I get on with everybody and just mix in and mingle in and have a natter.
Yeah, I saw that picture you put on Twitter this morning with Ricky, Matthew, and you having breakfast and Shay Neary, and it come flooding back to me. When Shay fought Andy Holligan, I went to that fight with Ricky and Paul Speak, and afterwards Ricky went and saw Shay in his dressing room. And when we're driving home, we're talking about the fight, and just off the cuff, we're in the car coming along the East Lancs Road. I'll never forget it. And Ricky turned around and said, if I achieved half as much as Shay Neary in boxing, I would have done well for myself, wouldn't I?
Wow.
I mean, it just goes to show,
crazy,
doesn't it? These guys like Ricky, they'll see Shay Neary there this morning as someone he looked up to, not just you, you know? It's mad stuff.
It's unreal, mate. Yeah, what a fighter he was. I mean, I can remember his fight with Andy Holligan, and obviously his war with Mickey Ward, and it's in the film, the fight to the Mickey Ward, obviously brought out with Mark Wahlberg, who's starred in him. So it's unbelievable. I mean, yeah, it's fantastic. Some lovely people on here. We're all getting on really well. It's just a shame. I mean, I've got a lot of friends here, and I can't get off the yacht to go and see them, or they're all ringing me, all wanting to meet up, but I can't leave the bubble. You see, you just can't break it because you just can't risk it. I mean, listen, Gibraltar was basically COVID-free. Everybody's had the double vaccination, and to get in the show, they've released 500 tickets, and to be allowed to get into the show, you've got to have had both jabs, both vaccination courses, the number 1 and 2, and included in the price of the ticket is a COVID test. So it's very, very strict.
Yeah.
But basically, Gibraltar is COVID-free. They're all open, all the bars and restaurants. I think it's till 11 o'clock at night at the minute. Probably get extended, I don't know. But yeah, it's just a shame because, like I said, they're all ringing me, and they've had 1 or 2 people. I mean, I've got a mate ring me from Gibraltar. He said, "Do you need anything?" And I was on top of the yacht. yogging, absolutely burning to bits. So I tell you what, mate, if you don't mind me bringing me some sun cream, I could do with some of that. So he brought me some sun cream and big bottle of water, apples, bananas, fruit, melon. Fair play to him, you know what I
What's
mean?
to do?
So
Drop it off at security.
no, he dropped it off downstairs. I went to the bottom of the ramp, and he was there. He just dropped it, and I said, "What do I owe you?" He was like, "No, no, no." I said, "Come on, I owe you. You won't take no money off me." Must have been 30 or 40 quid's worth of store.
I tell you what, you'll have some book you to write, won't you, eh?
Yeah, but it's great. I mean, a lot of people recognise me, and we got off the bus when we landed, and they've got like a barrier, and there's loads of people there waiting for autographs and pictures and that of all the people that's turning up. You can't get too close to them, but a few recognise me, and I did a bit of work out here. I've done loads of things in Gibraltar. I mean, I worked on the roofs out here and did a bit of groundwork in between. I used to just come out here to train, but obviously when I never had fight dates, I used to do a bit of work and used to go to Marbella every weekend. Used to only cross the border, walk through the gates, jump in a minibus and that with the lads, or they used to drive us through the border to Marbella every weekend. I've had some good times here. It's been amazing, and I'm hoping I can get out here one day and retire out here somewhere around here. It'd be lovely, but we'll see.
Oh, brilliant. Well, before we let you go, who wins Whyte Povetkin?
I think Whyte will win this one. He's got to be careful because Povetkin's got the power to knock him out with one punch as he's done before. But yeah, I think Whyte's up for this one. Yeah, he's lost a bit of weight anyway. He's coming £5 lighter. I think Povetkin's £4.5, you could say, heavier than he was.
It's not a lot though with heavyweights what they've put on. And
yeah,
lost,
that don't mean too much.
I mean, you know, 247 to 252 is Dillian's weight anyway.
Yeah,
so
it's nothing. Yeah, but I just feel that Dillian Whyte will be hungry for this win. He needs to win. Where does he go if he loses? I mean, he had it all under control last time. He was winning the fight easy. Had him down a couple of times, and then just got caught with one hell of a punch. I mean, what an uppercut, left uppercut that was from Povetkin. Come out of the blue, didn't it? Just drop that back leg, put the weight onto the front foot, boom, took his head off, didn't he? But,
is your man you're looking after, Kane Baker? We know. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the other guy. What I know is that Kane will just absolutely try his arse off, won't he?
Yeah, he's a fitness fanatic, Kane. He's unbelievable fitness, you know. I can't believe how fit he is. We've done the weight well. His first time he's made 9.4. He's made 9.4, 4.5, 9.5 before, but first time he's ever made 9.4. Coming at 9.3 actually. He's rehydrating now, and listen, he's an underdog with the bookies, and obviously this what's his name, Yusuf Kamari. He's not a bad fighter, but listen, it's a good fight for Kane. It's definitely winnable. And yeah, I mean, I do fancy the job. I mean, Kane's on the ball. He's so fit and strong. He just keeps coming, throws bundles of punches. And the funny thing is, we've had 1 or 2 sessions together, obviously to get used to each other. And he's my kind of fighter, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Leaves it all in the ring, gives it everything. Front foot fighter, non-stop pressure. And I love working with them sort of kids. So it's like a match made in heaven, really. And we're gelling really well. We're getting on well. And I think he likes me being around. And
well, you're talking boxing all the time, so of course he'll love you being around. Hey, Paul Man talks about other things. Errol talks about other things. We're on the road. You only talk boxing. He'll have you in the corner every week. They've just lost a fighter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's my old weight division as well. So you know what I mean. I've got a lot of history in the super featherweight division, and he's making super featherweight for the first time. And I fancy the job. I really do. I mean, I looked at the books. I think kid was something like 14-1, and Kane was 15-8 when I last looked. But crazy odds, because
I'll have a look at those.
This Yusuf Kamara, I mean, he ain't bad, mate, but he's no world beater, and it's definitely winnable. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's much better than Fiaz or this Safir kid or whatever he beat last time. So we'll see.
Well, I better let you go, because I know you've got Drinks of Eddie on the 8th floor there tonight. And, you know, you're at Eddie's top table tonight where the plates are gold, aren't they, with diamonds and stuff. Mate. So you're on the Eddie table tonight, and Drinks of Eddie and the captain later on.
Nah, mate. You know me, Steve. You know me.
All right, thanks a lot, Carl. Thanks for giving us some insight to what it's like there on the
Yeah.
boat, and enjoy the rest of the weekend before you come back on Sunday and get the result you want tomorrow.
Top man, Steve. Nice one, mate. You take
Thank you.
care.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.